Hi guys, I'm Jason Massay and today you are joining me on Lamby Lake in Cardiff. 12-acre lake, it's got some stunning fish in here, so join us, see how we get on. Well, we've had a couple of hours in the swim now. We haven't picked anything up just as yet, so we're thinking maybe get on the shallower end of the lake. When I got here at first light, it was quite muggy, overcast. Actually looked like it was going to rain. Thought I'd seen a few signs of fish just out in front of the swim here, but to be honest, over the last few hours the sun's come up, it's got really hot, and I think I'm going to head down to the shallower end of the lake and see if we can pick a few fish up down that end. Yeah, so what I like to do when I turn up to a lake, I like to get there at first light, or just before first light. You know, if it's dark, I'll walk around in the dark for the first half an hour before it gets light. Generally, the fish tend to show themselves first thing in the morning or last thing at night, so it's always a good time. Generally, there's not a lot of people on the lake, so that gives you an advantage where as you may be able to get into a swim, you've seen fish, rather than turn up like 10, 11 o'clock in the afternoon, in the morning, or late in the afternoon, and most of the pegs have been taken up. So yeah, I'll spend as much time as it takes me in the morning to find fish. I'll find a nice spot on the lake where I can see most of the lake. Always got my binoculars with me, so I'm always scanning the water, looking for just delicate signs of, you know, fish, or just, you know, the obvious. Yeah, so I'll just spend as much time as it takes me to find fish before I actually set up in the swim. So when you've chosen your swim, don't be in a rush to get all your gear out and set your bivvy up, and, you know, have a go in the swim for a few hours, because you never know, you may want to move. Way too many anglers turn up at the lake and you see them get the rods out, the bivvy will go up, the cooker's out, and you know, they're there for the weekend or a couple of days. The fish may have moved, they may have seen fish that morning, but they may move. It may take an hour or two and the fish could be gone. So you need to move with them. It's pointless fishing the swim if the fish are not there. So what I tend to do is just get out what I need to get out. I'll be fishing, and if I think the fish have moved, then everything, my bivvy, my bed chairs, all still on the barrow. All I've got to do is break the rods down, get my end tackle together, and I'm off. I'm following the fish, I'm back on the fish. More times than not, it'll work for you. You'll have more fish on the bank. Yeah, so just look for signs like, you know, flat spots on the water. The water could have lily pads in it or reed beds. Just see if anything's been lifted and it's floating away from that area of the lake. The birds, sometimes the birds can give it away, like, you know, if there's a fly hatch going on, the birds will be there and they'll be taking the bits off the top of the surface. You can almost guarantee the carp will be down on the bottom, turfing it up. And like you say, the birds will be on the top just taking the little bits, like, you know.
finally we've been rewarded with a nice 17-pound fully scaled mirror. After the moves we did yesterday, following the fish around, finally settled on a swim through the night. Had a small common at about 11 o'clock, and we've had this one early this morning. Just goes to show that moving, staying mobile, following the fish around the lake, eventually you will be rewarded. Beautiful fish. Thanks for watching.